Guys, so this was a requested video. It was how to prevent acne prone skin or breakouts, if there's anything you can do extra. And that's a really good question. I have hormonal acne, as you know, and besides cleansing, toning, making sure your makeup is off every single night, making sure that you are using the right creams for the type of skin you have, the other thing that's really important, there's a couple of other things that are really important. The first thing I would say is look at your bed linen. How many times a week do you actually wash your bed linen? That's really important, and not a lot of people think about that. Because think about it, you're using the same pillow every single day, you're lying down, you're whatever way you lie your face, if you lie on your side, all that. If you find that there's a particular side of your face that you're breaking out, it could be that you're not washing your bed linen enough. That is one thing I would really highly recommend. Some people think that every 2 weeks is fine. I wash mine every Friday. So every Friday is when I wash it, or Saturday. I always make sure it's a Friday or Saturday every week. So I wash it weekly, and I would highly recommend that. I know some people wash it 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, but I would highly recommend, for cleanliness, wash your bed linen weekly. The other thing I would say is makeup sponges and makeup brushes. Are you washing them enough? Sponges are really great, but they do take in a lot of the dirt as well. So if you're using it week after week and you're using it for the same foundation, or you're maybe putting on a cream blush, something like that, brushes and blenders are such they are real culprits in terms of germs. And if you have acne prone skin or prone to spots, wash them, I would say, every week. At least every 10 days, particularly with your sponges as well. Make sure they're washed. Get a really good brush cleaner, a really good blender cleaner, and do that every single 10 days or 7 days. Sometimes, obviously, life gets in the way and you can't do it, but I would say at least every 10 days. So that's your bed linen weekly. I would say brushes every week to 10 days, particularly the ones that you just go to all the time. So I have a foundation blender I go to all the time. I have a blush brush I go to every time. I have a highlight brush, and I have a powder brush that I go to every single time, and an eyeshadow brush. So they are five brushes that continuously get washed. So the ones that you really go to, I would highly recommend. Again, washing every week, washing every couple of days, depending on how much makeup you wear as well. If you're reapplying, it depends on what you do. I would highly recommend 10 days at least, wash those brushes and wash those blenders. So that's kind of like bed linen, things like that. I would highly recommend. Really, the pillows are culprits, because if you don't wash your bed linen regularly, all of those germs and that dead skin is sitting on your pillow, and it's really not nice to hear out loud. But if you don't clean that every week at least, you're just kind of lying on germs and lying on dirt every single week. The other thing is making sure that your makeup is actually off at night. So some people go to the wipes, makeup wipes, and then they might just use those for convenience and then go to bed. But actually, there are some parts of your face that it's really hard to get makeup off of. So in between the noses here is where the foundation might dry out. Around here is where foundation clings to, and the forehead. And in between the eyes, right in here with concealer, is really difficult. So if you just wipe your face and you think, great, my makeup's off now for the night, it probably isn't. So what I would say is use a cleanse, whether it's a foam or a liquid. Use a cleanser and a toner, and really make sure that with that toner you're wiping all of that excess off. And a good way to do it is look at your cotton pad afterwards and check and see how dirty it is. Then you'll know how much has been taken off. Exfoliate as well. Either get a weekly exfoliator or every 2 weeks. I have a daily exfoliator from Vitamin E range in Superdrug, and I use that every single night. And I tend to use it at night more than in the morning. I wouldn't use it in the morning unless it's a Saturday or Sunday and I'm not going anywhere. I'm still in work at the minute, so what I do is I exfoliate at night after cleansing and toning, and that gives my skin then the night to recoup and the night to kind of recover, and then I can kind of go again with my cleanser and toner in the morning and moisturizer. The other thing is make sure you're using the right products. Some products, they're designed for different skin types. You may find that it's designed for your skin type, and you keep using it, but you break out and you don't realize that's actually what's breaking you out. For example, a couple of weeks ago, I had the vitamin C range from Superdrug, and I had their toner, and the toner was beautiful, but it actually broke me out. It did take the makeup off, it did what it had to do, but because the type of skin I have, it completely broke me out. So that's something I would say too. Really look at the toners and the brands you're using as well. Other things I would say is the makeup. How old is your makeup? So how long do you keep a foundation for? How long do you keep your powder, you know, for? What are you using that you've had for quite a while that maybe you need to kind of change up a bit? It's so easy to just go to one thing, and even if you don't use a lot, it lasts longer, but then is it kind of lasting too long, especially with those pan sticks? So what I would do if you use a pan stick or things like that is spray your foundations with alcohol. There's a particular 98% alcohol you can use. I use it as well on my freelance kit, but I also use it on my foundations, eyeshadows, everything like that. I make sure that they're every 2 to 3 weeks that they're definitely sprayed clean, and that they're not going to add on germs to your face. So if you're popping on that stick again and you've used it yesterday but you hadn't quite gotten that makeup off with makeup wipe even makeup, then obviously that's all going back into your skin and it's clogging up your pores. The other thing I would say is lemon water or water. 8 glasses of water a day sounds really, really long. I know it does, but it really, really, it just literally detoxes your body. It just cleans out your system every single day. Lemon water is something I use. Cucumber I use a lot, so I pop in one of those big glasses, travel glasses. I'll put half a lemon and half a cucumber. I'll fill it up with water and I'll drink that throughout the day, and I'll keep drinking that throughout the day on the go. And it's, you know, you over time it just becomes part of your regime, literally becomes part of your regime. So water is huge. Also look at if you're allergic to something. Are you taking medications that might have a effect? For example, Mylamictol causes a rash, so I have to be really wary of things like that. It doesn't cause acne, but it certainly will cause a rash, things like that. So you have to look at products you're taking or something you're taking into your body. What am I eating that? Or, you know, vitamin, is that actually right for me? Is it actually making my skin over oily? Is my makeup making me dry? Is my cleanser making me dry? So that are the things that I've learned over time with hormonal acne. A lot of it for me was diet. A huge amount of it was diet. Going back into green smoothies. There are literally on YouTube, you will find skin smoothies. They're actually listed as skin smoothies, and a lot of them are the green vegetables. And you've got your lemons and things like that. So cucumber, the majority of it is water. So that's a huge thing to eat or to put into a smoothie. Spinach, kale, things like that are great for your skin. It's actually, you'll kind of, if I'll link a few below, but if you just put in skin smoothie into YouTube, you will find so many videos that come up that are exactly what I'm saying. Similar things that people are suffering with is the skin. You'll also find that your confidence will grow when you see all these things. When you wash your bed linen, you make sure that you're taking off your makeup at night, making sure it's all off, making sure you're using the right skincare, making sure that the makeup you have is in date and current, and also making sure that what you're taking into your body. So whatever you eat in your body will show on your skin, whether that's gaining weight or your skin. It's always going to show on your skin, and that's something that I learned over time, and I'm still learning. I'm basically, what you probably should do is shred all those processed foods out of your body. So, I mean, keep caffeine, but keep it to a minimum. Anything processed, like chips, things like that, and fried food, chocolate, things like that, that are really just going to clog up your system, not going to be very nice for you. It may taste great at the time, but actually your body will really suffer. That's not to say completely take those out of your diet completely, but if you find there's certain things that you're finding when you eat them, you're having this reaction, or you feel a sensation, or you're finding your skin reacts a certain way, then that may be what you're taking into your diet. So they were to be the main things for me. Quite a short video today, but it was something that was requested through my Gmail, so I thought I'd do it today. I've got some time. So basically, again, I will list them below. If I'm missing anything, I'll pop it up either in the description bar or I'll pop it up here. So bed linen for me is a huge thing. Again, every week is what I do. Make sure it's washed, make sure it's dried, and then it's ready for the Sunday for the next week. Also, I make sure that if you use wipes, and I know they're lifesavers in some ways, when you just, you really just want to get your makeup off. You don't want to go through the whole cleanse, tone, and moisturize. But the only thing about that is that there is going to be a high percentage that makeup is going to be just left on your skin. So if you are doing that, make sure you cleanse with a simple wiper, whichever ones you use. Look at it on the cloth itself, has it all come off. What I would highly recommend is using your cleanser and toner every night, because it is worth it at the end of the day. And if you've got a daily exfoliator, use that too, because what the cleanser does is it cleanses your skin, but it also takes off the makeup. The toner really tones your skin nicely, but then it kind of leaves that clean effect. But then the exfoliator breaks away that kind of dead skin that was about to come off anyway, and gives you that clean look and that fresh face and healthy face. So they would be my top tips. Thank you for asking the question, guys. As you know, I do regularly mention that I do suffer from hormonal acne, and I think if it is hormonal, that's another real incentive to some people have problematic skin, so maybe once or twice a month they'll break out. But when you have hormonal acne, it's something that reoccurs. So it's something that any of these tips I think would really help you. If there is anything else that you use that I haven't said, do leave them in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.